Hello, I'm Jupiter or DJ or Detective Jupiter if you want to use my long name. I don't really know what you guys have taken to calling me, but I am here and you are here, and if you're here, then you probably know me from my art over on Instagram or Blue Sky, or if you're super cool, from my webcomic Upturn Valley, which I will probably link in the description if you want to check it out. I've on occasion posted pictures of my Minecraft Forever world, which is not this, but if you guys would like a world tour of that at some point, I will probably do that, because I think it's cool, and I like my Forever world. I've been actually wanting to make some videos for a long time, but I never really did, so just here's what we're gonna do. This is probably going to be slower paced, and just kind of vibe with the new update that I actually haven't played yet. This is going to be my first time playing the newest update, which I think is Mounts of Mayhem, I think it's called. I actually have done very little research on said new update, so I don't really know what I'm going to be getting into, so if I seem stupid, that would be why, because I haven't actually done any research really yet. I know that there's like spears, and that's about it. Alright. I'm mostly a single player kind of guy, so I do actually know quite a bit about keeping a long running world pretty fun. So I hope that we'll be able to take it nice and slow, but, you know, still be able to be entertaining. At least I hope I can be put on in the background while you do your laundry or the dishes, or maybe draw. You know, I like drawing. You know that about me. Let's get into it. Alright, so first I'd like to be completely transparent with how the world was created. I'll show my mods later because I do use some just client-side quality of life mods. So first of all, let's start with the world creation here. We got it on survival in hard mode. This is the seed, if you guys want to take a look at it. I do know a little bit about the seed, but not like a lot. I did a little bit of seed hunting, but I don't really know a lot about it. I just kind of know what the spawn looks like and that it inspired me for building. And I also know there's a village nearby, but that's just because I could see it when I spawned in. So if I had spawned in blind, I would also see it. Alright, game rules wise, I've got mostly everything the way that it usually is, except I turned on that creepers will always drop all the blocks because I hate having to go get blocks again when they destroy my stuff. I think everything else... Oh, I also turned off phantoms. I did vote for them, but I regret my decisions. We're not going to talk about that. We aren't doing phantoms. Oh yeah, I was going to turn off vine spread. Yeah, everything else I think is the default. Also, my data packs are here, which are basically just the ones used on Hermitcraft, if you've seen that. And then I also add no ghast or enderman grief, because those ones just annoy me. I get that like creepers are like intentional game design. I mean, so is enderman grief, but that one just annoys me. So personal preference, I'm not gonna let them pick stuff up. If you don't want to play with it, then that's cool. That's just how I play. But I like to just be transparent about it. That's why you'll never see that happen. Okay, I think we're good to go. I will see you back in the world. Okie dokie. So mods wise, I use Distant Horizons, FreeCam, Invisible Item Frames. Again, mostly Hermitcraft stuff. I also have no crop trample, just because that one also just annoys me. But all of these ones you've seen used, probably replay mod, which I'm going to be using later. Shulker tooltip, which I don't really need, but yeah. And then this I just use when I'm in multiplayer. I don't really play a lot of multiplayer, but it's there. So yeah, for this series, these are the things that I will be using that are not strictly vanilla. Also, I have a fun hotbar, same with orange, and pumpkin pie, which is my favorite food in Minecraft. which is actually hopefully one of the first farms that we'll start working on. Alright, so our first thing is obviously going to be to punch a tree. Also, if you guys can't tell, orange is my favorite color. Which, if you're here from my Instagram or my Blue Sky, you already know this. Same with that orange is the main color that I use in my comic book. Alright, I'm gonna grab a bunch of trees and I will be right back once I have some wood. Okay, I've got some wood, and now I think I might actually make just some like basic wood tools and just maybe hang on to those as kind of relics of our first adventure together, you know? Just for funsies and feels. Because I'm sappy like that, you know? Let's make these guys. We're gonna need a sword. I do know very little about this seed. I did all the seed hunting myself, so it was really just me generating a bajillion seeds and picking one that inspired me building-wise. So I don't know anything about what's under the ground. I know that there's a village over there, but that's just because I went up in Spectator, just vertical, to kind of get the lay of the land, and I saw a village over there. So I know that that's there, but I probably would have stumbled across that pretty easily. But yeah, that's really the only game progression thing that I know about this world. But yeah, so... Oh! Distraction! What are you? Oh, you're a pig. Oh, right! They did the texture update. Okay, that's cute. I like that. We got cool pigs. Cool. You know, I've seen those like woolly pigs when I was in Austria. I was a kid, and my family took a trip to Austria, and I actually got to see like these woolly little pig guys. They were pretty cute. Definitely not something that I'd seen before, though. Yeah, alright. I think right now I'm making my way over to where I think I want to put my starter base, which is going to be up on this hill over here. Again, I haven't really scoped out the place, I just think it looks cool. Ooh. Fallen logs. You know, I used to think that these, like, fallen logs were so cool when I was a kid, because I used to play Pocket Edition back when I was, like, I think 8? Yeah, 8 sounds about right. And I used to think they were so neat for some reason. And now we've got parody over at Java, which is pretty cool. Ooh, actually, I think for our first night, I might just hunker down in this cave here. Yeah. Maybe make a furnace. I love my little orange hearts. I'm hoping that we can find some pumpkins soon so that I can hopefully start my first auto farm, which is going to be pretty cool. Actually, that involves going to the nether. Step 1 is nether, I think. I've been playing in my forever world for so long, I forget, like, what the actual game progression is. I'm gonna be such a noob for, like, probably a while. Maybe I should start, like, a death counter up in the top corner, just to see how many times I forget that I'm not wearing, like, crazy armor and an elytra. That might be kind of funny. Oh, I also have a, like, clock installed, so at some point I think it might be neat to check our time, how long we've been running in the world. Obviously right now it's been, like, under 30 minutes, but might be cool in the long run. Also, I do have free cam, but I don't really use it a ton. I just kind of, you know, like having it just in case I need to, like, take a look at some redstone without, like, tearing through everything. Let's get an upgrade. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably my goals for this episode is to get a small starter base started, at least end up with, like, walls. I'm really slow with my building a lot of the time. I actually build inside out. I'll show you my process once we get there, but I build a little bit weird. I like getting the functionality in first, before the pretty. I'd self-identify myself as being a pretty decent builder, you know? But ultimately, I like my builds to be functional rather than just pretty. I'm thinking of going for, like, a kind of retro-futurism idea, which is what I was getting the idea from with these, like, snowy mountains. Yeah, once I start building what we're gonna do, I'll explain a little bit more of what my plan is. Also, I can foresee my voice changing quite a bit, even just, like, throughout this episode. I tend to talk a little bit higher before I start getting comfortable, so if my voice does change, get a little bit deeper, that's why. It is just me. I am the only person on this channel. Not really much to do on our first night here other than probably carve out some stone. Yeah, I do really like creating story for my worlds, so there might be a little bit of lore that I talk about as I build stuff up, but that's mostly just gonna come as I build things. I don't really have a plan for what the story is gonna be. It's gonna be... What was that? I have never heard that sound before. What was that? New update something or other? Or am I just stupid? I don't play with sound on very often, but I feel like I play with sound on enough that I should know what that was. Also, I hope that you guys are getting the audio from the game. If not, hopefully that'll be fixed by next episode. I think my main thing for starting this series is that I just kind of want to have some people to play for, you know? Because I really do like playing on my own, but sometimes I want to share it with people, and I think this is a good way of doing it, rather than just bombarding my friends with, hey, look at the thing I built. I feel a little bit silly being like, hey, can we put this on the fridge? I feel very proud of myself. How are we doing on the sun here? I also foresee myself falling into a lot of powdered snow, given where I'm living. I also don't know really the ins and outs of YouTube yet, so I'm unsure whether I'm going to be swearing in this series. But I guess we'll find out when I get startled. Which I'm sure will be eventually, because I'm quite the klutz. Oh, is that a spider? That did not sound like a spider to me, but I guess that's what it was. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, okay, we're fighting a spider now. Actually, I could use the string. I like scaffold. I need bamboo. Hopefully we will get bamboo soon. I think one of my goals is to collect all the wood types. I don't really use a lot of the wood types, but I just like to have them, just in case I need them for something. So right now we're on 3. We got spruce, oak, and birch, and I think I saw cherry over there. I don't really think I've ever built with cherry, to be honest. It's not really a preferred color of mine, that like kind of washed out pinky kind of color. I have built with pink. I'm not anti-pink, just not that specific shade of pink. Oh yeah, there they are, over there. Oh, and we got ruined portal and a pillager outpost. Oh yeah, we can see a lot of stuff up here. Oh, is that a second village? Because I know... Oh, damn, there's a village over here as well. Oh, I guess we are swearing in this series, or whatever this is. I'll probably bleep that, though, for YouTube. Okay, we got a village there. Cool. I do a lot of stuff with villager mechanics, so we will have some fun with that. There's a village over there. I think that's what those little blobs are. Distant Horizons, the version that I use, isn't very crisp in the distance. That's why it looks like that. Yeah, we got old growth taiga. I'd love some dark oak. That's one of my favorite building blocks. Oh, no. False alarm. That is not dark oak. Neither is that. Okay. Ooh, some good backdrop there. I think the top of this hill is where I want to build our starter base, I think. Yeah, I do not see dark oak, as well as pale wood I'd really like. Also, again, being completely transparent, I'm probably going to be utilizing chunk base quite a bit. I just find it helpful rather than aimlessly walking when I'm looking for something specific. So we'll probably be using chunk base. I'll let you know when I've found something through chunk base and when I haven't, when it's just been organic. Oh right, they do that. Ice is like stackable water. I always forget about that. Oh, hello, dog. Why? What? You're purple. Why are you purple? You're purple. You're purple. What? Actually, your hairline kind of looks like me. Oh, we got goats. Cool. I have actually never done anything with goats since they came out. Maybe we'll collect goat horns in this series. That might be fun. I actually don't know how you do that, but I guess I will find out. I should probably find some sheep. Oh no! Our first wooden sword. Or shovel. Man. What? What's wrong with you? Oh, you're going after the bunny. Okay. It just like stared at me. It kind of freaked me out. I guess I don't really usually play without music very often. So Minecraft is actually kind of like spooky without music. We're just gonna pretend like I didn't break that shovel. This is our new first wooden shovel. I should probably go get a bed. I could probably just hijack one from that village down there. Ah! Sorry. Let's grab ourselves a chest, plop her down right there. We are hurting. Jesus. Did I, like, fall off of something? I don't really know what happened. Oh, are you nice now? Are you nice now? Yeah, okay, you're not angry anymore. Cool. I don't know why that spooked me so bad, but it did. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments. I'm just gonna go down here and maybe hijack a bed from one of these guys. Boing. Boing. Ooh, and probably actually steal their wheat, too. Ooh, eggs. Awesome. That will be great for our pumpkin farm. I'm gonna go steal someone's bed. Ow. I'm not very good at it, apparently. Ow! Bro. Yoink. That's mine now. Ooh, actually I might take the white one so we can dye it red. I like a red bed. Huh. Hello. I'm gonna steal all of this wheat. It's mine now. Ooh, kitty. Hello, kitty. Ooh, there's a rose. I mean, ah, Jesus. That's freaking poppy. You know, I have never played in a version that called it a rose. I don't think so. Because I started playing about 10 years ago, and I think it was already changed to poppy by that point. But for some reason, my brain only identifies it as a rose, even though there are roses in this game. I don't know what's up with my brain, but I don't know. Something about that. Yeah, I wonder if we can safely put some villagers in their homes to save for later. Those are some nice peaks over there. I like those. I don't see myself building on them because they just look nice as backdrop, but they are pretty cool. I'm gonna rob you, sir. Ooh, diamonds. Ooh, and 2 of these, and I have never used spear before. So I guess we're gonna find out how to use one of those. Also, I'm curious, what are your guys' like favorite hotbar layouts? Because mine really doesn't matter as long as all 4 tools are in the first 4 slots and the sword is first. Everything else can kind of be whatever. Ooh, I will take that stone cutter if I... We gotta block 2 of these guys in, so that will do. That's actually a good house to block in. Hello. Jeez. I am not on yet. Okay. Start by going home. Actually, I don't have a crafting table with me, so I cannot... I mean, I could punch a tree. But I'm not gonna do that. So, we're just gonna go back to the top of that mountain there and see what we can do. See if we can maybe scope out some pumpkins. That would be nice. Ow! I need to be more careful. I'm sure I'm stressing somebody out right now. Like, I technically could make bread, but then I'd have to craft another crafting table, and I don't really want to do that. I am wearing boots. Okay, so I can walk over this. Hell yeah. Yep, definitely stressing somebody out. Okie dokie. Switch. Oh, please don't charge me. Hey buddy, you're not gonna go evil on me again, right? Please? Yeah. Alright, now we've got some food, and I think I'm just gonna kind of walk around the mountain. Oh. Blue egg. What? What? Okay, now I'm curious. For science, what happens if I kill a blue chicken? Just chicken. Okay. Science has been accomplished. Yeah, this is exactly how ignorant I am about this update. Blue egg. Okay, throws like a normal egg. Cool. Are they... Robins lay blue eggs. I don't think chickens lay blue eggs. Oh, they look like little Highland cows. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, these are adorable. I love you. Ooh, because we're living in a cold biome, right? That means that we'll have mostly Highland cows, right? I think so. I think that's how that works. No pumpkins yet, but I think I need to get into a warmer biome for pumpkins. Dark oak! I will come back when I have a stone axe. Right now we're on a mission, but I'm glad that there is dark oak there. The last one that I really desperately need would be pale oak. Oh, what are you? Huh. Bushy things? Interesting. Probably good for decoration if I wasn't building in the snow. Oh, there's so many of them. I'm not always going to be building in the snow. I just think that my starter base is going to be in that snowy, like, ice cap kind of thing. Is that actually the term for the top of the mountains? Or is that literally just the name of the drink? Because I thought it was a play on the top of the mountain, but I could be wrong. Oh, also, I don't know if that's just a Tim Hortons thing. I'm Canadian. You can add me to your Canadian Minecraft YouTuber roster. I don't know if that's ice caps, or maybe that's just like the name of that drink, like that type of drink. I don't know if that's actually copyrighted or not. They're crazy sugary, not really my favorite thing, but I now can't tell whether that's just the name of the drink or if that's actually the name for like the snowy top of a mountain. I should actually probably know this. I study geology. Or at least I've done a semester of geology. I should know this. Ooh, ruined portal. Ooh, golden carrots. Ooh, and a lodestone. Awesome. I think those are easier to craft now, if I remember correctly. I don't really need those. Actually, I'll take them anyway. Oh yeah, my enchantment tint, I have from Vanilla Tweaks. It's orange. I do like that you can see like a little bit of my shirt in my hand there. I was kind of thinking that I would just be gray. Also, that is what my character is supposed to be. I didn't just really badly color my character. my skin is supposed to be gray. I'm like a little statue was kind of where it came from. It's actually like a really old thing now. Was that years ago, for some reason, I can't remember why, I was like a little statue dude. So now I'm just a little statue dude, like, all the time. This is actually a new skin. Please let me know what you think of it. I made it myself. I was gonna commission someone to make one for me, but no one was getting back to me, so I just decided to make my own. Because my last skin was pretty crappy. It was kind of like this. I had like an orange shirt, but it was like solid colored. You know, like the skins that people used to make, like 2016, that were like mostly just random shading spam? That's like what it kind of looked like. Pumpkins! Pumpkins, hell yeah. And there's one down there too. I probably could have gotten those easier. But I'm already up here because I was trying to get to the village. So now we're committed. Yeah. This is my life now. Get out of bed. Yep. Oh yeah, also that is my name in Minecraft. My name for this channel is probably still going to be Detective Jupiter, but every single variation of Detective Jupiter has been taken. So I'm Jupiter Juno, which Juno is actually the last name that I use a lot of the time on my pen name. Which, yeah, you guys actually don't get to know my name because I use a pen name. My real name just doesn't really fit with my genre, so I decided to use a pen name. I know that sounds really silly, but I feel like it's kind of true. Like, sometimes a name just fits really well with a genre. Okay. Yes, that is the noise that I make when I'm startled. I'm sorry. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. That is literally just the noise that I make when I'm like surprised. I think this outing has been very successful before I start building. While we're just walking here, I'm thinking I might want to do some speed paints at some point. I know I have a few up on my channel already, but if you guys are interested in speed paints, that might be fun. And I might find something to talk about and talk about a topic that I like and just have my speed paint as some b-roll maybe. I also might, when I'm like grinding stuff in this world, I might record it and throw me talking over it, you know. If I find a topic that interests me and I need something to run in the background, you know, might as well actually be me doing something. Was it this mountain or that mountain that I put my stuff up on? I think it was that mountain. I'm not really sure how long my episodes are going to be either. I see like other people average around 30 minutes, so we'll see where we get, you know. And I think I'm going to try doing some time lapses as well. I do have replay mod installed. I know a little bit about replay mod. It's a pretty neat little thing. I'm not really sure how it works. I think it would be interesting to find out kind of how that sort of program works. Yeah, if there's anything that like art related or Minecraft related or whatever that you think might be interesting for me to talk about based on the stuff that I talk about on my page, let me know. I know I already had a little discussion about like the alternative space band t-shirt debate and kind of my thoughts on that. Is this the mountain? Yes, it is! Huzzah! Success. Also, I will definitely have a chest monster for a very long time. I only built a proper redstone storage system in my Forever World probably a year ago, and it's a 5-6 year long running world. So yeah, enjoy watching me painfully look through everything I own in order to find what I need. Also, which way do you guys make your axes? Because that felt really unnatural for me. I always build them, like, this way. I just decided for fun to do the other way. But that felt really weird. I know that you can do them either way, but which way do you guys prefer to make your axes? Also, I'm sorry, when I talk for like a long time, my nose starts getting a little bit stuffed. So I might have to like pause every now and then. Okay, where were those dark oak trees? And I also really hope that I'll get better at my commentary as well, because I've really just been kind of here. Ooh, firefly bushes. Don't mind if I do. Total side tangent, but have you guys seen Firefly, like the show from 2002? Me and my dad are like obsessed with it, and I need to meet more people that like that show. That was really close. That was a little dumb. Go. Yeah, actually I'm curious. I wonder if we have any interests that kind of align. You guys probably know that I'm really into Bee and Puppy Cat and Adventure Time. And do not spoil Fiona and Cake for me, the second season, because I have not watched it yet. I don't know what I will do if you spoil it for me, but it will not be good. Yeah, I mentioned The Long Dark before. I might play that on here as well if you guys are interested in that. That could be fun. I really like that game. I don't really know how much interest it would be to watch someone play that game. But I guess we could experiment with it if you guys want to see me play that. It's like one of my favorite games right now. I just love the atmosphere of it, and I'm like pretty sure it's gonna bleed into this. I think I already said that. Did I already say that? Editing me, tell me if I already said that. Alright, I think that's good on saplings. Let's just teleport back home now. Okay, one extremely stressful walk back, and we are back home. I almost died like 3 times. Okie dokie. I think our first order of business is just gonna be to flatten this area a little bit. I'm not gonna like tear down a good chunk of a mountain. I'm just gonna like... I do really like the new speed crafting feature. Lifesaver. Especially for like redstone stuff. Oh my god. For someone who doesn't really call themselves much of a redstoner, I craft an absolutely absurd amount of redstone components. It's not even funny. I think if I looked at my stats in my Forever World, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if my repeaters and comparators were in like the 2000 range. I don't think snow melts if you put a torch next to it, right? Like, we have that as an accessing building block, correct? I think so. I could Google it, but I could also just sit here and wonder. I have a weird line between what I'll Google and what I won't. You know, like, I'll look up a biome on Chunkbase, but I will just stand here and experiment until my house melts. because I made it out of snow and maybe it doesn't actually stay snow. I don't know. Because no ice does that. I don't know about snow. I know snow layers melts, but I don't know about the snow blocks. We need to get some bones for you. I want to tame you. I do really like my skin. I should probably make a second skin though with like more winter appropriate gear, or maybe I don't because I am a little statue. I don't know if I feel cold. Guys, do I like feel cold? Do you think? Ooh, free stuff from the wolfie guy. I haven't established that in my character lore. You know, I'm gonna give you this rabbit. Yeah. Oh, that didn't affect your health. I think that the tail is like the health, but that didn't really fix it, huh? Okay. I think I'm gonna take a pause and maybe hop into a time lapse to start building, and you can kind of see my my building vibe. So I discovered a small oversight on my part of building here. Oops. I did find iron though, so smelting up some iron. Yeah, I guess let's take a pause in the build for now. I've decided to kind of put this little basement here that I might end up turning into an auto farming space later when I get some materials for that. And kind of what I'm going for is this like little radio tower research hut that's going to be kind of like the centerpiece-ish. Not in the centerpiece in the way that it's in the middle, because actually if I go into free cam, that right there is the middle. But this is one of the highest points, not the highest point, but one of the highest points in this little alcove. So I'm going to put a huge radio tower up here. And that's going to be kind of like how this research facility is here, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to ramble with it a little bit more and see where I get. Also, this has been an extremely slow process. My favorite floor block is unfortunately smooth stone, which is not very easy to get without a super smelter. Which I had an industrial level super smelter in my forever world. Which I do not have anymore. Yeah, so we're doing it the very slow way. I think 90% of this time lapse is me running back and forth between my furnaces and the whole... Yeah, I think I'm gonna put in some windows and figure out putting in maybe some, like, little, what's it called, like hydroponics, like those, like, little dudes that are for growing plants. I have a brain somewhere in here, I swear. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have access to end rods yet, and probably won't for a while. So I will make do with maybe some lanterns for now. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, oh crap. Frog lights and end rods are my favorite lighting techniques, which will have to dealt with later. So I will figure out what I'm going to do lighting-wise in the starter base later. No. That was actually kind of helpful. Wait. Actually, that wasn't so bad. Okay. Crisis averted. I'm gonna go back to my time lapse now. Okay, so, post-time-lapse. I'm not exactly sure what the time-lapse is going to look like, because I was going up and down a lot. I will try my best to edit that in a way that isn't sickening. But this is what I've ended up with for the interior of this little research hut. My ideal would be to kind of take this, like, rustic look, and then run some end rods across here, but I don't have end rods. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. And neither is that. Huh. Extra axe. Okay. I think those are those identical durability? No. Okay, so it's not a copy somehow. Okay. However that happened, we have this. I'm planning on taking my utility stuff and putting it downstairs. So downstairs, I'm thinking of making sort of like a workshop-y kind of area, like kind of a garage-esque sort of thing, where I'm going to put like my stone cutter and everything. And I'm thinking of actually, let's go back down there, opening up this wall so it's more accessible when I'm building not inside this building. We don't really talk about the outside. The outside might be like that for a bit. Because I think the next thing that I want to do in this episode is go mining. Because I found that I was at a loss of a lot of iron. I use iron for a lot of things. And I'm thinking about, instead of these shelf windows, putting iron bars there. Again, it's like a lot of these buildings, I'm taking a lot of inspiration from the Long Dark. And I'm kind of taking a little bit of inspiration from Signal Hill if you've played the game, but if you've also played the game, this does not look like Signal Hill, which I know. But I'm kind of taking the idea of having that huge radio tower here on the top of this hill, and I find that building looks very rustic on the outside, like it's a little cabin, right? So I decided to have this fireplace and this like nice little bed area. I really like how these shelves have ended up turning out. I don't know why these guys aren't growing. I think it's because there's like a block above. I will figure that out later. I don't actually need these to eat. They're really just decoration. If I could run some end rods under here, I would. But because I just decided to do 2 layers instead. Yeah. So what I was saying was going with like these support beams up here for that rustic look. But then I'm going to add in some more like I'm thinking kind of like scrappy elements, you know, that kind of add some machinery in here that's maybe like a generator. I'm thinking about putting a generator out here. This is going to be open. This is going to be just like a platform where the tower is going to go, and I'm going to have like a generator, and I'm going to try and see what I can do to run wires, maybe with chains. Like this is what I'm talking about with I need a lot of iron, as well as a lot of copper. I want to make the roof out of copper and kind of like wax it as I go, so that means I need bees as well. So the outside is probably going to be quite the work in progress, so I'm probably going to take our thumbnail inside here. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I've done a little bit different with this fireplace design. I decided to make the fireplace the furnaces, instead of putting a campfire here. Because I never like how the campfire smoke kind of like gets trapped here. It really does need a chimney in order to look good, and I just didn't really have the space for a chimney either. So that's going to be where our campfires go. Yeah. Alright, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is drop my building supplies into here. Maybe chop the trees again, which you probably saw me do a bajillion times during that time lapse. So that I can bring some wood with me, and then I'm gonna go find a cave and just kind of go caving for a bit and see what I can get. I've got these 2 iron picks that I got from the blacksmith down there, which is pretty neat. So I think that's gonna be our next step. I'm gonna gear up real quick, and I will see you guys in the cave. Hi, I have armor now. So, the thing is, I have vastly overestimated how much I got done, and how much I wasn't gonna cut out. I did actually cut out about half an hour from what you just watched, but since this is my first video, I am still getting the hang of it. So this video ended up being so much longer than I thought that it would be. So we're actually going to continue with the mining trip next episode. And also, I've now done a bunch of editing, right? So I have noticed the audio issue, that the game is extremely loud. That will be fixed possibly next episode, or possibly episode 3, depending on how much I already have recorded of episode 2. So hopefully that'll be fixed. Same with my keyboard sounds will be fixed hopefully halfway through episode 2, but I'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun. I am so excited to continue working in this world, and I will see you next episode. Bye!